Good morning. It's Friday, finally. I feel like part of me feels like this week dragged, and part of me feels like this week just went so quick. So I hope you guys are having a good week. My week has been very, very busy. So videos maybe not as frequent as I like them to be. I'm not sure yet. Something's got to give, and it might have to be this. I haven't made a decision yet, but I do hope everyone is having a good week and you're out and you have lots of things to do today to make lots and lots of money. It's 8 o'clock. I actually slept in a little this morning. Not necessarily slept in, but I did sleep until 6, so that's sleeping in. But I just kind of lounged around for a while because I knew I didn't have to be here until 9:30. So I kind of laid in bed, played on TikTok, did some things and got ready, and now I'm out. I have a pretty large order today, and then right after this one I have another one that's it's spaced an hour between, which is really good because I'm not sure if this is a setup or not. I think this is going to Coca-Cola, and I'm not 100% positive, but I don't know if I'm allowed in that building. I'm assuming the default when they order for all this ezCater stuff is setup required, yes, and a lot of people just don't go change that because I have been noticing a lot more buildings where I'm not allowed to go into, or they just come down with a cart. So I'm kind of hoping that this is what it is today, even though it's barbecue food, so it's not a hard setup. So, but I think I have 20 minutes to get from drop off to my next pickup, which my next pickup is super small, so that'll be fine. The worst thing, and it's not even bad, that I have to do is go to a convention center, and it says they have the little roundabouts to drop people off. I have to wait there for the guy because I'm not going to pay for parking to go in per them, not me saying that, but so it should be easy. It's $300 worth of Potbelly. I did get my first Potbelly. If you guys got the email for Deliver That they signed an exclusive agreement with Potbelly. Potbelly here is huge. So I'm glad that it's not going to affect the ezCater orders because we get a ton of Amazon factory, like these big corporations, big factories that order, and they're good paying orders. So I didn't want those to go to Deliver That and not get tipped, So I got my first one yesterday. It was for $300 worth of food, and it was a 0 tip and an $8 and some change base pay, basically. So that might be what these orders are looking like, which is not a great thing. I know one of the Potbellies by me is under new management, and every time I go in there, it's the wrong time because it's obviously lunchtime, and he's like, we need to chat, because he wanted me to possibly do deliveries just for him. I'm always on the fence with that because obviously their catering is going to be the same time as Delivered's catering, and I don't know. I don't want to jinx anything, but I generally have catering. Of course, there's days. Monday, when mine got canceled on Sunday, I didn't have one on Monday and never did get one. I thought, well, I shouldn't say that. I did, but I was already on my way to drive my husband, and I wasn't going to turn around to, switch car, have him drop me off or whatever, and then him be late. So this is a 40-minute drive, but I've never picked up from here. It's Soul and Smoke. My husband has, and says that they are phenomenal, that their packaging is perfect. You call when you get there, and they come out with a cart with all of the boxes. And because they're boxes, they're pretty easy to pack the truck with. So I took everything out of the back. I have my big catering bag with multiple catering bags inside of it sitting here, and then so I have the back and then the back seat all clear. So hopefully it's $2,700 worth of food. So, but for barbecue, it's really not that much, so I should be fine. and I'm going to be there like 40 minutes early. So if they can be just a little early, that would be great. But I think the humidity has finally broken here, which is great because it's been horrible. I did forget a hair tie in case I have to put my hair up today. Oh well, I have a million little ones here, just not scrunchy ones. So what should we chat about? I know no one's happy with the Deliver That new no-tier system. I'm not minding it. No one's happy with the Zifty sending orders. I'm loving it. Not that I'm getting any more orders. I think the reason that I love it the most is because I no longer have to carry a second phone. Because if they're sending exclusive offers, it's going to be sent to me. So I don't have to stalk this phone and worry about, while I'm doing a shop or while I'm doing a catering, am I missing something? Am I doing this? Am I doing that? I did read on the Zifty board, which I have not experienced yet because I haven't had one in a couple days, is they've changed now back to where when you're on an order, you can see orders that are being released. And from what I've read, if it's an exclusive offer if it's 24 to 48 hours before the pickup, before the day of the catering. If it is like the day of, obviously, or I think they said 6 to 12 hours before, something like that, then they're put on the board. So personally, this is, sometimes I think I'm going to offend some of you, and I never mean to do that. I think, not that you guys are using bots, but I think the ones that are complaining the most on the boards are the ones that are using bots, and they're not going to be getting these orders anymore. Because I have to say that is probably the main reason why this has gone into effect. Because how many of you have seen, or actually the best is you don't see, like you guys know I had this phone up constantly on Zifty. I would see everything that would come through. Would I get them? No, because I wasn't fast enough because I was driving or I was doing something. But I would see everything. How many times have I gotten an alert that there was like, 100+ order? I never saw it because it never hit the board because these bots just took it like instantly. So I think it's more fair. That's just me. Delivered sent it to people for as long as I've been on Delivered. I don't know if they ever did not do it that way, but I have seen a lot more Deliver That. They're not that, I shouldn't say they're not that good. They're not good for me because I have no problem, absolutely no problem taking, $20, $30, $40 orders if they make sense to me. Am I getting off here? No. I'll take them if I can route them with something else or route them together, or if it's like an off-peak time, because then I know, hey, I've got this $25 order and it's only going 3 miles. Would I do that on DoorDash? I don't think so, so let me take this. So I'm not afraid to take the lower paying offers, especially on an app that I don't use that much. I will take them with Delivered. Delivered is very good, though, about sending you like your main job, your main order, whatever, and then trying to work around it. But so I would take these, but they're so far away. I'm not going into the city. I wish that these apps would go by where you're located. I understand that people are willing to go. My husband's one of them. He goes into the city every day. I don't want that. I want to do stuff around my house, and I am willing, instead of taking that one banger order for $150, I'd rather take 3 smaller ones and stay local. You know what I mean? So that's just me. Everybody is different, but I do wish that it would go back to location based for everything. I do have my map done. I had it wide open when this first went into effect, and then when the 2:00 assignments were happening, that little glitch or whatever, I kind of closed it because I was getting bombarded with $20 offers in the city. And I left it kind of closed. It's not as closed as it was before, but I've lowered my minimum to go into the areas that I don't have marked to $40. And that is only for 2 companies that have Relish, that if I don't do that, I may not see them. So it is what it is. But the orders that there was a week that I did $170 in that week for Deliver That. It was great. I went into the city for that $100 order, but I just wish it was more consistent out here by me. But I mean, you can't have everything your way. So it's a hard lesson in life to learn. You got to learn that one very early in life. But I like how the catering apps are going. Do I wish that there were more orders to go around? Yes. Do I wish that everybody and their mother wasn't elite on Delivered? Yes. I do. I still wish every day that they change the requirements to become elite on there, because I don't know other markets. I don't know smaller markets, slower markets. I know mine, and there are a lot of orders, but if you have, and I'm just guesstimating, 300 drivers and now 270 of them are elite, where is that leaving all of those other? You're not getting the quality of orders, I guess is how I should put it. But I just think it's too easy to get to it. That's just me. So as far as other apps, let's see. Shipt has been dead for me. Absolutely dead. If it wasn't for actually, she hasn't ordered this week yet. If it wasn't for my one preferred who orders, I know, every week, and I get at least $50, I would not be doing anything. So I don't know. I'm sure it's going back to school, so they've hired a bunch of new shoppers and they get the best orders and whatever. I am hoping that it doesn't revert back to this particular preferred. They used to send her to the new shoppers, but then she would just cancel her order. So I think that they finally learned to just leave it be, and let me get her, because she'll just cancel and then place it another day or something. But so that's been slow. Instacart has been ridiculous. DoorDash hasn't been that bad. Uber, I just can't get on. I mean, I can get on, but I just don't turn it on because I'm too busy with everything else. I need a happy medium. I need a schedule that I need to put myself on, to be out of the house by 5:45, so that I can go and get whatever early DoorDash orders there are, the Instacart orders that there are. I'm assuming I used to get every morning our amateur hockey team. They practice out by us, and every morning I would get a huge Mariano's order for bacon and eggs and yogurt and cottage cheese and all this stuff for them to make breakfast. But I'm assuming that season is over and they don't practice year round. So once that comes up, and that's a good order. I mean, and I got it every single day. But other than that, life is happening, is on top of work. School's getting ready to go back. I cannot wait. And things are going to start to pick up even more, in our life, mine and my husband's. So that's great. And things are just going to get better and better and better for us. But are your kids, if you have school-age kids, are they all ready to go back to school? I think mine is in denial. He's got baseball stuff up until, I think, the weekend before school starts. School starts on a Wednesday, which is kind of odd. But he has to go next Friday and go and get all his senior year stuff. But other than that, I don't really have much else to say. I've noticed that I do better at these videos when I'm just sitting. When I'm driving, I have too many things going through my head, especially not getting lost or missing a stop, because she doesn't talk to me when, oh yes, she does. I turn her down though so that you guys don't have to hear her. But anyways, I'm not sure what the rest of my day is going to look like because, like I said, these are back to back. My second drop off is at 11:30. I'll try to throw on DoorDash and see what I can get. Not sure what time my husband is working till today, so that kind of dictates the rest of my day. Because we are kid-free this weekend, which is very nice. So I like to spend a little bit of time with him. Actually, I like to spend a lot of time with him, but unfortunately, we don't have that time. So I hope everyone is doing good, and I'm probably not. I'm just going to, once I get a down moment, post this, because I don't think I'll be coming back on because I have a lot of stuff to get done today. Not necessarily all work, but a lot of stuff, so I'm going to be crazy busy until my husband is done working. So I hope you guys have a great day, a great weekend. After I do these two today, I will need 18 more to get rid of my 30 orders that I had to do to eliminate the mistake that I made so that I can be back up to 100%. So not bad. It happened last week, right? Yeah, last Tuesday, and I'll be almost halfway there. So that's not too bad. But have a good one, and we will chat another day.